Welcome to aminacademy.com. In world history, let us discuss about ancient kingdom of Egypt. What are three kingdoms of Egypt? The history of ancient Egypt is divided into three main periods. That is the Old Kingdom about 2700 to 2200 BCE, the Middle Kingdom 2050 to 1800 BCE, and the New Kingdom about 1550 to 1100 BCE. The New Kingdom was followed by a period called the Late New Kingdom, which lasted to about 343 BCE. The Old Kingdom of Egypt is called the Pyramid Time. Now, the Old Kingdom saw pharaohs harness their influence to build pyramids to emphasize their relationship to the divine and facilitate their ascent to the gods after their earthly deaths. Pyramid, which their distinctive shape, which you can see in figure, contained tombs for the pharaohs and their wives. They were marvels of engineering built on a massive scale to honor the pharaohs and usher them into the afterlife. Pharaohs were mummified to preserve their bodies and were buried with everything considered necessary for the afterlife, including furniture, jewelry, makeup, pottery, food, wine, clothing, and sometimes even pets. The most recognizable pyramids from the Old Kingdom are the three pyramids at the Giza complex, which were built for a father, that is Egyptian pharaoh Khufu, and his son and grandson, who all ruled during a fourth dynasty. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built in Pharaoh, who is the largest of the three pyramids. Still largely intact today. It was the largest building in the world until the 20th century. Over 500 feet high, it covered an area of 200 square yards and was built with over 600 tons of limestone. Recent studies on the construction of the pyramids have put much more emphasis on the role of skilled craftsmen who might work at multiple pyramid sites over the course of their limestone and rotating groups of unskilled workers than on slaves. These studies suggest that skilled craftsmen and local labor forces of Egyptians were the primary builders of the pyramids, including the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza took an estimated 20 years to construct and employed skilled stonemasons, architects, artists, and craftsmen, in addition to the thousands of unskilled laborers who did the heavy moving and lifting. The construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza was an enormous, expensive feat. The pyramid stands on limestone to the increased social differentiation, the great power of wealth and the Egyptian pharaohs, and the significance of beliefs in the afterlife during Old Kingdom. This Old Kingdom, often called the Pyramid Age, the Old Kingdom from 2649 to 2100 BCE is one of the three kingdom period in the traditional division of ancient Egyptian history. The cemeteries of these pyramid sites include people from the royal family and state administration along with their families. The royal pyramid of the Old Kingdom often are looked upon as symbols of the strength of this new Egyptian state, since vast amount of planning resources, and labor had to organized throughout the country and over many years to build them. The largest is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Next one, we'll talk about Middle Kingdom of ancient Egypt. The Middle Kingdom designates a period of ancient Egyptian civilization stretching from approximately 2030 to 1650 BC, Dynasty 11 through Dynasty 13. During this era, the cultural principles set out of the beginning of Egyptian civilization and codified during the Old Kingdom were reimagined, including the ideology of kingship, the organization of society, religious practice, afterlife beliefs, and relations with neighboring peoples. These transformations are attested to in architecture, sculpture, painting, relief decoration, steel jewelry, personal possessions, and literature. The Middle Kingdom saw the recognition reorganization of state bureaucratic apparatus to control the norms. The further strengthened their authority, the pharaohs also moved their capital from Old Kingdom capital to Thebes, south to Lisht, halfway between Upper and Lower Egypt. With military expedition, they extended the boundaries of the state north to Lebanon and south to the second cataract of the Nile into a region known as Nubia. Disputes over succession and ineffectual rulers led into the second intermediate period. Most notably, Egypt was invaded from both the north and the south during this period. Next one, the New Kingdom. Look at this New Kingdom. The New Kingdom of Egypt was a period in ancient Egyptian history that lasted from approximately 1550 to 1070 BCE. It was also known as the Egyptian Empire and was a time of great prosperity, political stability, and cultural achievements. Here are some highlights of the New Kingdom. During this time, Egypt became Mediterranean empire and expanded its territory into areas of Israel, Syria, and Nubia. The new kingdom produced many artistic masterpieces, including monumental architecture, state statues, and work for non-royal individuals. Pharaohs. The new kingdom saw the reign of many pharaohs, including Amenhotep III, Amen Akhenaten, and Tutankhamun, Seti I, and Ramses II. Decline. The new kingdom ended when the priests of Amun gained more influence and divided power from the pharaohs. Now let us discuss about Pharaoh and Prophet Moses. The identity of the Pharaoh in the story of Moses is debated, but many scholars believe it was Ramses II. Ramses II built a second city of his patron, Atum, called Per Atum. The victory stela of Pharaoh Menop, one of the Ramses' sons, is dated around 1207 BCE, which suggests that the Exodus story must be set before Menippa's reign. Exile of Moses. Moses was exiled by the Pharaoh after killing an Egyptian in a fight with a Hebrew slave. The name Moses is likely short for Ramos, a popular name related to Ramses II. Egyptians often renamed foreign slaves or captives after the Pharaoh. In Quran, Pharaoh is mentioned in several passages. The Quran describes Pharaoh as drowning, but God preserved his body as an example for future generation. Valley of Kings. During the New Kingdom of period of ancient Egyptian, that is 1539 to 175 BC, the Valley of the Kings was the major burial ground for most of the royal pharaohs. The most famous pharaohs buried were Tutankhamun Seti I and Ramses II. This is a royal museum. To date, To date, 63 tombs have been discovered in the Valley of the Kings, the burial places of dozens of pharaohs, a few of their sons, and even some high-ranking officials. The Mask of Tutankhamun is a gold funerary mask of the 18th dynasty ancient Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun, reigned 1334 from 1325 BC. After being buried for over 3000 years, it was excavated by Howard Carter in 1925 from tomb KV62 in the Valley of the Kings. It has been displayed in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo from 1925 to present. The Death Mask is one of the best known works of art in the world and a prominent symbol of ancient Egypt. This is a Death Mask of Tutankhamun. So far we discussed about ancient kingdom of Egypt. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.